So, Red, what happened last time?
Well, we begin with our local wonderful wizard deciding to meet with his other wizard that he keeps seemingly not being aware of. Met him to try to make an alliance, or at least try to take everyone's advice and try to make connections, at the very least. And it was a bit of a wild difference comparison to his own, at the very least, as this Andre fellow seemed to be, as he explained, emotionless, or his place eats his emotions. Though he has also his helper, air quotes, seems to be this weird crow-like creature named Arlo, who seems to want to antagonize anyone who comes in this tower. Whether that's just for its own fun, or maybe because its purpose is to try to draw out those emotions the best way it can, Andre's advice is just to ignore it, especially. Well, regardless, Darius made his proposal known to Andre to hopefully have a chance to get to know him. Essentially, that something big is coming and he needs allies and such. And Andre's response is how does this affect me? Essentially, doesn't really seem to really care or heed what exactly Darius is saying, especially since if he doesn't get involved, there shouldn't be a problem for him to worry about. That he already has enough to deal with. And though this chance of whatever Darius is building for Alliance seems to be a bust, he still had a chance to talk with him about necromancy and abilities and such, as well as the fact that he revealed that some of the vampires had asked me to bring back a body, but I wasn't really interested in that. Yeah, with that chance of a new favor or such being dashed away, he went back to try to find Sophia, at least try to gain some more political moves. As Sophia went underground a bit after the situation with the Hunters raid, and so you called Celine to hopefully get this contact, and she agreed to help. As well as they met up and talked, and he told her a bit about his son and the things he's going through, as well as some other things that seem to bother him. And like I said, Celine decided to help out without too much cost from Darius in this regard. As Celine also spoke with Rowan, as well as Rowan seemed to reveal to her that the news that Lydia gave them was that Grace is no longer allowed to do training with magic. A bit of a blow for someone like Grace, who's always wanted to do magic, apparently. It was always enough for Celine to point it out that this may be make her very dangerous in that regard, how desperate she would be for power. As well as the fact that Rowan revealed that Lydia has a fear of this name Durzes. No idea who it is. Even the words that she said were "keep it dead and buried," something that's has piqued Rowan's interest, dangerously so. As well as the fact of revealing that Darius's ward seemed to be in training at the werewolves and had this whole love affair that seems to be taking up too much time, and Rowan got bored of it quickly over time. And there were a bit of advice for Wayne about John, and they said goodbye as well, as Rowan went off to go visit this wizard. Because, like I said, last time Sophia, situation still going on, was able to hand over the body and remains of the killer, and gave that to Rowan, who did lose a bit of interest, but decided to see what they can glean from this, as while Andre seemed to be a bit reluctant, revealed that more likely a demon has this killer soul, and that they're type of problem he doesn't want to deal with, especially for their grasp of power and such. He is now interested in entangling himself with. And while he was not willing to bring back the dead, whoever this person was, he did offer Rowan a contact to get in contact with someone who has a connection, or is at the very least able to get that conversation between a demon lord and them, to see if they can barter for that soul. And Rowan was able to get in contact with Leon, someone known to Celine, who's been hunting her down, as he revealed, I'll do this, help you get this chance to speak to this demon lord to get this soul of yours, in exchange for some help. I need you to distract some problem I'm having. This bodyguard, air quotes, who's been apparently watching out for Celine, and I need that to be taken care of. Just keep him busy for 30 minutes or something like that, enough for me to do what needs to get done. And Rowan agreed, of course, and then immediately called Celine afterwards to get some advice about how to trick a demon lord, as they revealed apparently to Celine that this possibility is going to happen. The fact that they might want to tell John so that he doesn't decide to beat her ass, as John has been sadly building a reputation for that, at least enough for Rowan to notice. Celine thanked Rowan and decided to try to see if they can find a way to maneuver more probable interests for themselves. She basically gave that advice to John, who seemed to be a bit confused and a little upset about these ideas people seem to have of him. as well as just warning him about what was going to happen, but still having to prepare for her own problems, as she was able to get the number that Darius needed for Sophia, who, while losing much, still had at least one or two businesses, I think only one, left over that Darius can meet and speak with her, as well as getting some advice from Darius's father, Matthias, who wasn't willing to risk his neck out for a demon, which is understandable, and was not willing to let his son put himself out to the fire, as also which is understandable. Gave Celine a bit of advice and decided to lecture his son with his naivety, as he seemed to be offering sanctuary to Celine. And he tried to explain that was dangerous, and Darius was probably not in the mood to hear that, especially with Zoran's last bit of sassy goodbye as he walked out and went to go hang out with Zoe. Though Darius is trying to let go of that grip of overprotective he has, Zoran, it's still very obvious, and he almost had a blood vessel break, I think, for sure, as Zoran decided not to cause too much trouble and left. Darius is very tired, but you know what? He's gonna go do something for himself for once. Aside from a romantic evening with Lydia, who had been giving space to do a bit of an apology and to show her that he cares, essentially. As he booked a romantic date, got some jewelry, a bit tacky and, well, expensive for him, but cheap for anyone else. And though his dilemma of what to do for a gift, another person stepped up to help him. I believe we all know her as Andrea, as she revealed herself to Darius and even offered to help make this jewelry or help him give pointers about what exactly to do for Lydia's gift, as he decided to use his own abilities to make some jewelry that would be much more to her style and her station. And thanking her as well, though he didn't know of her with the information that he was provided. She seemed to be cordial enough and even said goodbye as she went about her own business. And I believe the last final scene we had as well was Zoran, Zoe, and Rowan and Andrea meeting up at a club, or at least Rowan meeting them at the club, as they reveal that they've been helping Zoran with this issue out, and apparently Darius is so very overprotective, and apparently there's a secret that Zoran needs to tell him that he's just giving him space for because he seems to be having a hard time. Regardless, they needed Rowan's help for some things they've been building up to, and Rowan offered and did so, altering the mind so pain would be pleasure and wouldn't cause him too much distress, as they went down to a basement and apparently, for lack of better words, had a bit of a feast on Zoran's body. And Rowan was there to ensure that, as best they could, at the very least, I guess, for lack of better words, to make sure the problems popped up, or maybe just to watch. I'm not really sure exactly what Rowan's mindset was in that time. As after the feast, and he seemingly knocked himself out a bit there, they thanked her for all that she's done, and even had an offer of some boon and friendship there, as it seems a perfect cocktail for both a meal and a good time for everyone, without too much damage, I'm sure, has been found and completed. And I think that's where it ended last time.
Yeah. So, well, anyone has anything they want to do at the moment?
I have my meeting in the morning, so whenever that comes around, but otherwise, no.
Does Abaddon have like a cell phone? I realize this now.
Did he give you a way to contact him?
No, but no, I just realized he just said like, well, do these things for me and I'll do this thing for you. Peace out. And he disappeared with all the eyes, and that was it. I realize this now.
Well, yeah, no, I don't think he has a cell phone.
Yes, yeah, pray. Go to your local church.
Well,
Pray to God.
That's not a bad idea. You can try that.
I'm not. Okay.
Can you even you can go in a church, right? You're not gonna burn up
goes
in the
in
presence of the
immediately.
holiest of holies, right?
So corrupt. They're more corrupt than you, Celine. Don't worry.
It's gonna be fine.
Send me your fed man, God. I need some help right now.
Hey, God, I found religion. Now help me, please.
Yeah, no, you can definitely like think about him, or like actually pray, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm about to get my ass fucking beat. Please help me.
Listen, I'm too good looking to die. Please help.
Yeah, I guess you'll do that. So it's like trying to figure out what to contact this guy, because demons have their own way. I assume it's the same for angels.
You have no idea, honestly. Angels interaction with angels are so fucking rare that nobody really knows myth from reality.
So they're in ChristianMingle.com. Got it.
So is Celine gonna go out to
Oh.
pray?
She's gonna try to. Yeah, it's a try here. She's gonna try to call his name, essentially, see that gives anything at all.
I do have a church scene, but yeah, no.
I'll grant if you want to use the church scene, we'll go to the church scene.
Listen, if you just call out his name, nothing really happens.
Okay, let's go to this church thing. You know what? Demons have weird things they want you to call them by when you summon them. I guess it's the same for them. I assume.
You go to larger nearby churches, hang around a bit on the outside, and like focus more intently. Are you gonna actually pray? That's a good question.
Look, it's either pray or go back home. That's what Celine thinks. She's like, "Come on, you can do this." She not sure there's any other humans or people here, at the very least.
All depends on what hour of the day you're gonna go.
Probably at nighttime.
And
Close
yeah,
after closing.
probably no one around.
Like, I don't even know how to do this. Dear Holy Abaddon, it's your girl. Are you there?
It's a bit demeaning, isn't it? As you hear this voice behind you.
Turns around, and I assume hopefully it's him.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. At least I didn't spill blood to get your attention.
What is it?
Well, we did make a bit of a formal business relationship here, where I give you information, you make sure the people who want me don't get their hands on me, and everyone should be as happy as clams.
There have been no attacks that raise suspicion. Something happened that I'm not aware of.
Well, it seems that a good fellow by the name of Leon, in service of my former lord, is coming for me, and I need to make sure he doesn't at least able to get me back home. I don't know if you were planning to interrupt that, or if I should do anything to get your attention. If it does happen, the prayer thing was a fluke by chance. I didn't really know if you would answer. You don't have cell phones, I think.
Praying, though. Well, there's not that many demons praying. Definitely gets my attention.
Oh, that's wonderful to know then. Does it have to always be a church? Is this like one of your holy places of power sort of thing, or?
Don't care where we meet. It's not.
Wonderful, wonderful.
A holy place is wherever the people are. Buildings hold little significance.
Very well. I will keep that in mind. I did not, well, like I said, things are being done, but I want to make sure our deal still stands.
Does.
Wonderful, wonderful. I do apologize for calling you down here, but I wanted to make sure I understood. Thank you so much for coming.
I can send one of my agents. Ensure you are protected.
You have agents?
Just kind of like stares at you.
Sorry, I just can't imagine. Very well. I would appreciate that.
I'll meet you can meet him here or specify a place.
Well, it wouldn't be good for my street cred if I always in a church. The first time we met, my shop will be fine with me.
Well, expect him soon.
Very well
Is your
then.
life urgently in danger?
Not that I'm aware of, but surprises always can come out of the shadows. I'm not foolish to think I'm always safe, especially with times as they are.
Very well. I'll take that into account.
Thank you then. Do I bow after speaking to you? Is that a thing angels prefer? The Bible is not really my reading material, so.
You are not part of the hierarchy. You have no obligations, thus.
Good. That's also good to know. I didn't want to be rude by accident.
There is no expectation for you, so.
Very well. Thank you for this conversation, Abaddon, and for easing my worries.
Very well. And as he says that, you hear like the flapping of wings as he disappears.
It's like a breath she lets go, like, whew. Definitely gonna have to go get a pedicure after this. She just gets the fuck out of here immediately afterwards.
Speaking of pedicures, Rowan gonna go on her date.
Oh, of course, of course.
Darcy would have invited you to have ice cream at her new place. Quite central, really. You can see both the opera house and the large cathedral from where you're standing.
All right.
She's gonna meet with you there. Probably sometime in the afternoon, as there's plenty of people going by. Looks a bit nervous when she sees you.
Rowan is wearing favor that Darcy gave her once upon a time, very long ago now.
Notices and visibly smiles and blushes.
I'll walk up to her. Oh, you look amazing, dear.
Yeah, you as well. You as well. What do you think of the place? This is the place, by the way, you entered with your crew last time through the freezer. It's the same ice cream shop.
It looks better open than it did closed.
The best ice cream in the city, you'll see. As I'll get you some scoop of ice cream. And this is, in fact, extremely good ice cream. This is well known to be the best ice cream shop in the entire.
Joe's Ice Cream.
No, it's Bruno's ice cream, actually. But, yeah. Not sure if there's any conversations you would like to have with her. Like to discuss.
Yeah. Rowan would ask, how long has it been since she was exiled from Darcy's perspective? Rowan's not sure that Rowan's not sure if they've perceived time in the same manner with her being in the mortal world and Darcy being back in the court.
Problem is, time is mostly meaningless in the court. So she kind of like shrugs and says, I was very busy. A lot? I don't know. It felt like a lot.
was a lot out here. It's about 9 years.
Well, I also ventured into the mortal realm, but very brief and short visits.
Have you ever interacted with them? Any of them?
The mortals?
Humans? Yes, yes. I honestly think they're quite fun.
She kind of like looks a bit hesitant. Yeah, I guess. Although I wouldn't. Well, it was or it was work. It was never fun.
What kind of work?
Well, I can't talk about it too much. Give me a moment. I need to screenshot this for Tick.
Okay.
Tick.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
It's too late. You're gonna be bombarded
Kill
now.
him. Apply -10 forward to him.
It was
This is-
because I looked up. I was like, "Wait, there is something called a tally." I know. It's being. I know what it is.
This is why you don't win, Tick. Like losing battles.
Listen, Tick. Rule number 4: no fun allowed. But okay, I'll be honest. I had to kill people mostly, or torture, or both. I said
Roger shrugs.
not really fun, but well, gotta do what you gotta do.
Ron shrugs at that. Physicality. Not something I'm into in that manner, but it is what it is.
Yeah. What about other supernaturals though? There, had a lot of dealings with those.
My fair share of. Had my fair share. Most of them are not as entertaining as humans are. Werewolves are very boring. Vampires are normally very boring, but there's a few of them that are nice. Demons are similar enough to us that they're fairly interesting. Yeah, they can keep the attention pretty well. Beyond that, I mean, you've already met Elliot, and well, I mean, you met him under some very strenuous circumstances, but outside of that, he's easy.
People with magic, those I tend to stay away from those. It's usually bad to tend.
Oh, usually yes, but Elliot's fine.
Honestly, think ask me. I think vampires are the most interesting.
It depends on the one you meet. There's one in town, Zoe. She's young for her kind, so she still has that human dynamicism in her. The other ones, in my opinion, they're all too placid.
Ah,
Stuck in their ways.
you would be surprised. But that's here nor there. Listen, now that things have calmed down in the city, I think we'll do this a bit more often, you know?
I would enjoy that very much.
As yeah, she's just gonna smile very enthusiastically when you say that.
Rowan will smile back. I'd miss you. Those humans I took in, they were always a means to an end. None of them could compare to you.
She's gonna smile and blush again. Seems rather happy to hear that. I was a bit jealous, but you know how I am. A bit crazy after you. Not just a bit.
Oh, that's what I like about it. Oh, that's some nice art out of the ones. Humans make such wonderful art when they have something to be inspired by.
I have to take your word for it. As you're sitting there discussing, you can catch with kind of like your periphery vision. You recognize Leon as he is approaching your table.
Second,
he's-
Darcy.
Are you gonna stand up and kind of like intercept him?
Oh, is he coming towards my table, or is
Yes.
he like doing something else?
He is coming towards your table.
Give me 1 second, Darcy. It looks like business just walked into the door. Let me handle it for a moment.
She looks a bit confused as she looks back, and you get up and meet him halfway. Kind of like stops, looks at you.
Leon, I imagine this is about our arrangement.
Yeah, but I'm not here to talk to you.
Oh. Who are you here to talk to then?
Kind of like glances over at Darcy. You're not the only fair ally that I have.
Oh. All right. So Rowan will walk with him back to the table.
Yeah, she's gonna look at him and says, I'm sorry, I told you, Leon, that I was gonna be busy until 5. Like, well, I do apologize for interrupting your date here. But things are moving a bit faster than expected, and I need to know that I can still count upon your monarch's help, as we agreed. She'll kind of like nod and kind of like wave him up. It's like, yes. Now, send me the notes and anything else, and I'll pass them along. Everything still stands. Stop being such a paranoid little demon. Off with you. As he'll kind of like nod and turn around and walk off.
He's a very serious man.
Well, I'll be honest, I've seen him at his happiest. Was bashing someone's fallen repeatedly. He looked very, very happy then. But otherwise, yeah, no, seems rather, not many things get him going.
Oh, well. I don't judge. It's but very simplistic sounding enjoyment then.
Well, when your job is to butcher people for a demon lord, I suppose it pays to enjoy it. You're going to be doing it a lot, I assume.
Suppose you're right.
All this fuss for just a little demon girl, I don't...
He is making a lot of deals. He actually,
Yeah, his boss really wants her back. Apparently she was quite good at whatever she was doing before.
Oh, I didn't know Celine was that capable.
Are you acquainted?
Oh, you remember the one? You remember the one that disappeared, didn't make the agreement
Yes.
with Monarch? Oh, we were acquainted. Um, worked on a few things. But honestly, it's run her course, and well, going to be honest. She has a very powerful friend, but that friend can't be everywhere at once.
Oh, yeah, I mean the Kane guy. Yeah. Oh damn, man. The Monarch sending in Snow Knight. I don't think I's gonna be able to deal with her. It's fine. Oh, that's right. Maybe you should keep away from Celine for at least like the next couple of days, week. I don't know when the plan is actually going off. So.
What is the Has Leon been making multiple deals related to the same person?
Oh no. Fiona is having many deals with some of the demon lords. Malcolm specifically, I guess.
Okay, good. Because I do have a deal with Leon as well. I'm calling in some favors to see how well we can extract and in exchange for well, Malcolm has a soul I'd very much like access to.
Mm.
And well, working with Leon seems to be the best way to get it.
Well, I don't have necessarily dealings with him. I'm sort of a mediator between him and our monarch.
Thankful for him. I can't imagine what a conversation between him and her would go like.
It's very straight to the point. Very short. Efficient, and I suppose to you kind of boring.
Never. Yeah, he doesn't seem to have a flair for the dramatic.
Anything else you would like to? Any other subject you would like to broach with her?
Yes. As Rowan will mention, there's one thing I'd like to. There's one more thing. I do hate to talk so much about business on our date, but it's been a little fascinating thing that I've been trying to look into. It's about that place of power that Celine manages. The one. It's more like the one she has stewardship over.
Yeah.
Remember Grace, right?
Yes.
I don't have a lot of information on it right now, but I think Grace is in some way connected towards it, and connected to a thing called Garzitz. It's a name. Very least, it's a name that scared Lydia, a very powerful demon in the city. I'm sure you've met her by now.
Briefly. I've met most people from the bazaar, but
The thing is, Lydia forced me to stop Grace's magical training. Grace was training under her Lydia's toy, the pet wizard she keeps around. That fascinates me. Why Lydia would be so worried about a name and so worried about a mortal learning magic?
Well, I was there a few times. That's where I fought off her little cane wielding protector. They're very powerful. It's oozing with magic. A lot of power. I suppose if you learn to tap into it, you could become a problem to a lot of people. I also just assumed it was some sort of ancient spirit sort of thing happens And if you're a mage, then who knows how powerful you can become if you manage to tap into that thing properly.
Grace could become very, very powerful, I suppose. Since our Lydia wouldn't want that being tapped into.
Would kind of erode her power base.
It would. And, well, as Grown kind of like tilts her head a little bit, looks up at the ceiling. Grace is a good friend of mine. Which means if she had that kind of power, it could be directed for the court's use.
She nods.
Just idle thoughts, really. Right now I have a lot on my plate already, but just some idle thoughts now. And Grunt, just to jog my memory,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically like she did confirm that yes, she had Kylie killed, right?
Who?
Darcy,
Yes.
like she have. Yeah, I'll just point blank ask. By the way,
Hmm?
because the soul I'm trying to bargain with, Lydia said it was the soul of the man that killed Kylie.
Ah, I
I
see.
kind of originally I just wanted him because I was mad at the time, so I figured I'd just torture his soul for all eternity. But you've kept track of your patsies. Did that killer die in some alleyway, killed by some fucking horrible
I didn't expect
shadow bear?
I didn't expect the shadow bear to speak out and try and murder him. He did, but
Ah,
sort
all
of-
right.
Hmm.
I had my doubts that it was that he did that Lydia was being honest, but oh well, I could still make use of the soul.
Yeah. Fun. Have
What's with
fun.
that tone, What's with that tone, Darcy? Is there something you're not telling me? Come on, you knew you could never lie to me.
Well, I guess if he just wanted to torture it, I suppose doesn't matter, does it?
Do you have any other suggestions?
His mind, before he died, was altered to ensure that even if somebody interrogated it, he would not know anything about what he did. So.
So just be some random. Might as well just be some random man's soul then.
Well, he still did it. If it's any comfort, he just
Still
doesn't
did it.
remember anything.
Oh, that might be useful. If he doesn't remember anything, I could just interrogate him. He has nothing, and then I could. Well, it'd be a shame if everyone thought Lydia lied about killing about that. Would damage her position. You know, she went out and told everyone not to worry when in fact that actual killer was not caught. Bad for her.
What are you trying to imply here?
I don't like Lydia. She called me, she threatened Grace. So I would very much like it if Lydia suffered, fell, was in no position of power to ever threaten anyone I ever care about ever again.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if you want to tangle with her. At the very least, for what? What did she actually do? Slight you?
I suppose if you want to say threatening somebody I care about is just a slight.
I've did way worse things, I guess. Threats are meaningless unless backed up with something. But all I can do is warn you that she is dangerous, and I would be very careful if you start a war with her.
I'll be careful, dear. I'm not going to start a war alone. Met some very interesting people. I think I'll meet more interesting people here soon enough. So if it really concerns you that much, I'll back off of it for now.
No, listen,
I
I don't
do anything soon.
If anything really comes down, we can always just pull out the heavy guns. It's just that I don't want to escalate conflicts from just threats, you know. If it's not a credible threat, people do bluff quite often.
They do. She doesn't strike me as the bluffing kind, but then again, recently recently it does a lot has changed. So maybe she is bluffing, but well, maybe you're right. Maybe I should. Maybe I'm moving too quickly. Maybe I should make sure everything is as I think it is before I move. Maybe I'm getting a bit too excited again.
She kind of like chuckles.
It's nice to know you. It's nice to know you worry, though.
I always worry about you.
Throne is going to lean forward and actually properly kiss Darcy.
Yeah, she's gonna kiss you back. Heartwarming, heartfelt moment. The date will go quite pleasantly. Out of character, I don't have any idea what your plan is with the soul and spreading rumors. But if you wanna...
basically, okay, I'll maybe explain it a little better. The idea is Rowan's idea is basically when she starts the front against Lydia, whenever that would be, the first part of it would be like, hey, Soul has been interrogated. It was never the murderer. He's been interrogated. He knows nothing. Lydia knew how dangerous the situation was going to be. Hunter's going to arrive, and she just lied and didn't actually help find the killer.
The thing is, the soul doesn't. That's the thing. Maybe I didn't put it correctly. The killer has been wiped of a lot of memories. You can still technically identify him by the fact that he was carrying the fucking murder weapon. That was one of the big things. He was, in fact, just lunging an axe when he attacked Zoran. So you would have to implicate both Lydia and Zoran. But technically, you could...
In that case, there has been a miscommunication between what Rowan would have known and what I knew then, because I did not remember the murder weapon being that pronounced.
Yeah, no, it was a heavy fucking axe. So,
in that case, Leon, I'm sorry, man. I think I'm gonna break this deal with you. This isn't fucking worth it. John's gonna kill your ass now.
You could still try and pull it, because again, you can still convince people, you can still make a case, but the fact that the soul belongs to the murderer is... You would have to kind of either fabricate or invalidate some. Would be like, hey, actually Lydia kind of fucked up multiple things. Like it's just, I would say, one piece of a larger puzzle. If you want to go that way.
Yeah, because the problem is I don't want to fuck up Zoran, because
No,
that would be hurting my.
Yeah, this would definitely be fucking up Zoran, whichever way.
In which case, damn, sorry, Leon. I don't have any reason to carry out this deal with you now. I'm still gonna go talk to John, though.
Because the whole,
You have nothing to offer me, Leon.
the
Good
whole
luck.
reason Lydia did this was to save Zoran's ass from the fire. So you doing this would have fucked her over somewhat, but it would have fucked Zoran way more. But speaking of,
I'll find use of it. I'll find use for this guy's soul. I don't know. I'll stuff in some fucking box.
I'll say this. Listen, just because Darcy told you memories can't be recovered doesn't mean like Darcy's not an authority on this. You do know someone who actually practices necromancy. That's the expert.
You all right. I get to meet my favorite bird.
Levy more curses at you. But yeah, what's Darius been up to? After a wonderful date.
Yeah, well, if it's just the next day, he has like a meeting at 9 o'clock in the morning with a hunter with a magic van, which I assume has a talking dog in it.
No. It would be really funny, but no. Red did not
take the
include
right
that.
drugs.
Red did not include that in his backstory.
I would give him a house and a dog if he asked for it. He just has to say yes to me.
If it's not a great day, and I don't care, Red, I'm sorry.
We can fix it.
So as you go back to your tower, the van is it's not a van, it's an RV. It's parked in front of you.
All right. Is there anybody staying outside, or is it just the RV?
It's just the RV.
Then Darius is gonna walk up and knock on the RV's door.
This man opens the door as the smell of unwashed clothes, alcohol, and cigarettes just hit you like a truck. I don't think he's in the NPCs list.
I was looking for him. I forget his name.
Richard.
Okay. I like him already.
As he's gonna look at him and says, You Darius?
You Richard?
Yeah. Come in.
He offers him a cigarette.
Man after my own heart. Gladly accept.
I see you're a man of culture. What kind of alcohol is that? Is that a bourbon?
I don't fucking know anymore. Yeah, I guess just so unmarked bottles.
Depending on how this meeting goes, I'll see what I can do to leave you with something good for you to take down on your lonesome nights.
I don't need good, I need strong, but
I can do both.
Okay, so how can I help you?
He lights up his cigarette and then lights up his own. Well, I'm looking to make some. I'll be straightforward. I bet you're a man who just likes straightforward conversations, doesn't like the bullshit.
Too old for this shit.
I don't like to mess around. So, truth is, I'm looking for individuals, trying to get in contact with hunters. I think my pitch to you is, what kind of things do you hunt, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't hunt anymore, anything anymore. I'm fucking old. Get me. The fuck should I be hunting? No, I kind of like tapped on the side of the wall. This baby right here. This is my bread and butter. I can get you info on pretty much anyone. I can do surveillance. I can do scouting. I can track people. Can investigate things. Find things out.
Oh my god, a man after my own heart. All right. Well, from time to time, I would like to call upon you for these kind of services, and in exchange, I will offer you a favor of equal to the challenge that you face.
Oh, sounds good. I take favors, cash, whatever the fuck. He just kind of like rummages in a kind of like this sort of large pile of nonsense. Mostly, it's like notebooks, clothes. You see like a pair of headphones. And he kind of like pulls out this tiny cell phone and just kind of like throws it at you. It's like a very old, early 2000s cell phone.
Is it like a Nokia?
It is a Nokia, yes.
Man, that shit ain't gonna break at all. All right.
Feel free to
Okay,
call
I'm
me
guessing-
whenever you have anything you need or want. Man after my
Alright.
own heart.
If you wait right here, I'll get you something good and strong for your trouble.
I won't say no to free drinks.
Darius will rush inside real quick. Have Blue grab something. I
Uh,
assume that. Yeah.
You can have some bottle of alcohol around as you come back with a glass, and he'll gladly accept it, shake your hand, and drive away as the stink of the van still kind of stings a bit to your clothes.
That being said, I think I just made a new friend.
Yeah, no, Richard is he needs to work. Can't really retire.
Listen, I just found me a drinking buddy.
That's true. A lot of those going around. A lot of alcoholic hunters.
That's fine. I'm gonna text Celine and say, were you able to set up a meeting with it's Sophia, right?
She already
I'm
gave.
blanking.
She gave you that information last time. She gave you the.
Yeah,
I didn't know
know.
if you. I know you got it. I didn't know if
Yeah.
I received it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
you,
immediately
you
afterwards.
can meet Sophia whenever you
Yep.
want at night.
Yep. I'm gonna go in and talk to Zorn.
Zoran's not there.
Actually, Zorn's not in,
No, he's not. As you return back, his room is in fact empty, and Blue would have told you he hasn't come back.
and he never called me.
No.
Okay. Well, time to start whooping some ass here. I'm gonna go into his room and pick up an object of his
Okay.
and use a tracking spell.
I believe you have to.
Unless you let me, unless you let me use one of the 2 holds from my trinket expedition.
From like 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
No, what the fuck?
Well,
roll.
listen, Grant, I knew the answer was no. I knew the answer was no. But that being said, never hurts. It's a spirit roll. I'm
Yes.
good at those. Listen, I'm good at those, right? I want to look.
Well, choose one from the list below. -1 until you rest. -1 harm, mark corruption.
I don't know what I'm about to go into, so I guess I'll take the corruption. I don't want to.
Did you feel your powers surge? Assume this is a tracking spell, right?
Yep.
There's flashes of images, and yeah, I think you have a pretty good idea is where you have to go. It's a familiar place to you at this point. It's Zoe's club.
Fuck. I'm gonna talk to Math. Is Matheson, or is he?
No,
I
he
just
isn't.
assume he's always there.
Yeah,
He isn't.
He is.
Oh, Mathis.
What's up?
Zoran never came home or contacted me last night, and I'm getting flashes that he's still at Zoe's place. Can you come with me to go get the boy?
Sure, sure. Downs the rest of his coffee and grabs axe and follows you out.
I swear to God, this boy is going to kill me prematurely.
Kind of looks at you and says, I think the cigarettes will do that to you. And the coffee.
You're one to talk.
And like looks at you, looks at like forward, looks at you again and says, you are half as scrawny as I am. What are you even on about? At your age, you know how... You think I looked like you when I was your age? You look
Oh,
like
no,
me,
because
and I'm... How can you make that argument?
Well, one, I'm the handsomer of the two. You think it's Mom Jeans, and two, you, I don't know.
Exactly.
You're,
You're gonna die before you reach my age. Drive.
at this rate, it won't surprise me. Go drive to Zoe's club.
As yeah, you kind of get there. It's closed down at the moment.
I don't want to do this. Do I get like a sense of where he is in the building, or is it just a
Is
trail
under
that we...
No, he is underground, some sort of basement.
I'm gonna activate another spell and use Trinket to just get a key to
Yeah.
open it up.
You fashion a key for this place as you unlock the door. Walk inside. As it's a bit weird, but this place is empty at the moment. Although you can clearly tell where you should be going to access the basement.
Yeah. Hey, Grunt. For the sake, never mind. I was gonna say, would you allow it to be like a skeleton key?
No, you're just gonna have to use another hold.
Yep. Nope. Figured. I just thought I'd ask. Listen, we miss every chance you don't got because it's I'm magic, so I just thought I'd ask.
You thought it would be so overpowered. Just make one key that opens everything.
I wasn't really thinking overpowered at this moment because I was just thinking convenient, but no.
Mm-hmm. No. I think you should roll for more stuff. Get more corruption.
Do I look like Rowan? Do I look like I'm going to speed run this?
Right now, yeah. So as you go in, your dad kind of like pulls out the axe, kind of like keeps one hand as both of you venture into go down this staircase. As well, surprise, surprise, it's another locked door.
Is it because I said something, Grunt, or?
No, don't you lock your haven door? Tech vampire game? Yeah, you do.
Okay. I guess another key. I'm not useless without magic, without my hold, but
you can always just roll again after this. As you produce a second key, you manage to unlock this one as well. And as the door clicks, oh, there's 3 people sleeping in the bed. One of them is Zoran. It's a large bed as well. Second one is Zoe. And the third one is the woman you met before your date yesterday. Andrea, you think?
Mm-hmm. Is he tied to the bed, or is he just sleeping in the bed?
He's just sleeping in it. No reason to keep him tied up. But like the entire room looks very much disheveled. Everything's kind of flung around. Clothes including, like they're just, your dad kind of just puts his hand on your shoulder, says, I feel like I've been overreacting maybe.
Darius just shakes his head and just begins walking up the stairs.
As
He
Zoe
doesn't leave.
kind of sits up, stretches her arms, just completely naked, by the way. Looks at you,
Doesn't
says,
care.
"Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Darius. Mr. Darius's dad, I guess. I've had him call you last night. Although breaking into my place is oh, I guess I can get used to that. I can give you a key if you want. Don't have to just..."
Oh, that.
She's
it
gonna
was
get
unlocked
up
when we
and
got here.
start dressing.
Oh, that it was unlocked when we got here.
Mm-hmm. I know your wizardly ways.
I don't think we've had the pleasure of meeting.
No, no. But we do now.
Hmm.
So, I guess it could have gone worse.
Well, yeah, it could have. Well, I'm here to get the boy.
He's not a dog, Darius.
I know he's not.
Can leave whenever he wants to leave. And he is sleeping. Should I wake him up, though? Should I tell him his dear old daddy is here to pick him up because he's such a helpless little boy who needs to be held by the hand and guided towards a more, I don't even know, your house, wherever you live. That little fancy schmancy wizard tower.
All right. No, he actually had something going on today.
Oh, did he? Like what?
I'm sorry.
It's not
kinda
the werewolf training, is it? I don't think that's necessary anymore. Found him a better trainer. Much more experienced than those lousy beasts.
Darius's eyes reflectively look towards the other sleeping figure in the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, sorry. Are you the one being trained? It kind of like looks at your father and kind of like, have you not taught your son the concept of free will? Seems like the idea eludes him.
I like. Oh my god, this woman is pissing him off, but he's really trying not to show it right now. I'm sorry, Zoe. I think we're getting off on the wrong foot. I think I would like to talk to Zoran and give him the opportunity to learn from a pack instead of an individual who I don't know.
Well, I'll be honest, Darius. I don't give a shit what you want. I give a shit about what Zoran wants. Pretty sure last night he was pretty much down to learn from her.
Mm-hmm.
Seems
Hey,
very eager,
Grunt.
actually.
Grunt. Might not know a lot about vampires, but do vampires and I can't remember because I don't. But do they have mind control abilities, like in the movies and shit?
What's your
Neg-
circle of night?
-1, but I'm willing to roll for it.
You know what? Sure. Let's see. Roll with that one.
Oh shit! I forgot how to roll with it. Is it?
You know what? You can use. I think you can use one of the other moves for this.
I'm just gonna use heart because that's just -1. So when it shows heart, that's just the roll.
So they have like mind altering abilities, but it's usually sort of kind of like a terror they can inflict on people. Not necessarily like it's not mind control. They can't just there is no dominate or like presence unless well you know anything is possible. But in your knowledge, like these sort of things are not usually part of the vampiric repertoire. It's more of the domain of the Fae. Although there have been like probably vampires who've interacted with Fae and learned from their magic, be able to reproduce it. But Zoe is a young vampire, so she probably doesn't have such fucking powers. You would be shocked if she did.
With what's Mathis like vibe right now?
He is he's like what? He has the face of someone who doesn't want to be here. He is concerned, but at the same time, he has been a bit on the back foot by this entire situation. He's like, I thought he was gonna be kidnapped. I walked in, oh, he was just fucking okay. What the fuck, Darius?
So I know the character knows that person, the other person in the bed, is bad news, but Darius actually like finally like looks at her with like full attention. Tell the boy when he wakes up that I would like to talk to him, and that he should keep his phone on.
Well, it was at the beginning of the night, but you know, you get busy and you have other things. Was he supposed to stop in the middle of the thing and just call you though? Are you into that, Mr. Darius, sir? Never took you for a deviant. I was wrong about you. Other vampires I can set you up with if you must be lonely in that little tower. Or is maybe Lydia is not enough to satisfy you? She does seem like a rather frigid bitch.
Darius is just looking at her, rambling, like gives her like the most bemused look. All right, kid. You gotta work on your shit talking game. Listen, I know you probably had a lot of experience sucking people off. I guess blood's just an upgrade, but you have a good time. I'll be talking to you later.
Guess I will be talking to you later. Kind of like waves her fingers a bit. Apparently, I have more sucking to do in the meantime. I would presume you walk out
Yep.
as it's the door behind you. Matthias just kind of like has his face in his palms. Be very upset with the boy if I didn't think he learned this from you.
You didn't learn this from me.
No? What kind of example
That
did you set up to him?
that woman on the right is, from what I understand, really dangerous. And picking a fight now, I'm
But
taking
only
your
you
advice to be.
can date demons now, Darius? Maybe your son
Something.
just upped the ante. Apparently, each generation has to one up the previous one.
Mm,
Both walk
There's
out
some,
of the establishment.
there's something off, and I don't know what. But I'm taking your advice and being
It's dangerous.
productive.
You are very much in the right to be freaked out. These creatures can befuddle the mind. There's all sorts of abilities and powers we don't know, and you don't know. You think you know everything, don't you, boy? Is that what you are? You think you have the answers to everything? Well, there you go. There's your son down there in the lion's den, and you just, what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna
I actually
explain to
know.
him that doing this sort of things with powerful supernaturals is dangerous and deadly? You can't do that because you would be a hypocrite.
Like Darius is like in his while he's being yelled at. It's clear that he's in his own head. I need to talk. I need to talk to Zoe's former boss. I have a meeting. After that, I'll talk to Celine because she knows that individual who is down there. Maybe I can get some more information
You just
and then start.
like see him clench his fist as he, like, lights up another cigarette.
I do hear you, Mathis.
You
And I understand.
know vampires don't sleep, don't you? This shit, like, points back to the club with the cigarette. She did this just to fuck with you.
I know.
Taunted you to your face. And what's your move then? Fucking deal with more fucking vampires?
What would you have me
Holy
do?
shit.
Burn, attack Zoran's girl in front of him, have him freak out, have the unknown factor freak out. What is the play there? In an enclosed space with an enemy with unknown abilities.
Play would be exactly, yeah, that. Can't do that when you're doing the exact same thing, can't you? Go in there and kill them both. Drag the stupid dumb boy back to the tower and smack him until his mind's fucking comes back to him. Then he will look at me and say, hey, the fuck aren't you doing this to Darius as well, huh? And what am I gonna do? Have to just smack everyone?
What do you...
Have set a bad example to this kid. And instead of teaching him how to fucking manage risk, you locked him up. And now you're still trying the same fucking thing. It clearly doesn't work. Call you hourly? Seriously? He's a fucking teenager. She probably threw the phone the moment she stuck her tongue down his throat. Probably forgot you even exist.
We can't just attack a person in their place of residence. It would cause more trouble. There would be consequences. We don't have... It would be us versus I don't know how many vampires.
Doesn't matter. That's exactly the point. It's us versus them. Only the difference is, Darius, you are fucking one of them. And until you realize that that's a liability. I will help you, but yeah, I won't go around swinging my axe. No reason. Because now apparently I have to play nice. Demons and devils and vampires and God knows what else.
I Darius exhales some smoke. I understand that this is hard for you. I understand when you came back, you weren't expecting this. I don't want this. I have no interest in this. If I had it my way, I would be in my tower. But these are the cards I get dealt. And I deal with them. Because that's what our family does. We deal with the problems. But we're not going to do it stupid. Managing risks.
I won't do anything without your go-ahead, so feel free to let me know when you need me to do anything. He starts walking off.
Before he goes, he says, I'm sorry I put you in this position.
It's not your fault. At least not towards me. Concern yourself with the boy.
Yeah, when he leaves, I'm gonna have to call Celine. I'm gonna have to call her. I don't want to. With this fucking horse.
Yeah. Well, Celine, this is before the meeting with Abaddon, so
Okay, I got you.
Hey,
Hello.
by the way, he's in his car. By the way, probably moving, so no ears can hear. Grunt.
As Shalene's looking at a map, looking at Google Maps, I guess, while she's with you on the phone.
Okay, you got a minute?
Yeah, sure. I'm in the back. What's going on? What can I help you with?
Remember that lady I asked you to set up that introduction with? That fucking weird one with the new nightclub?
Yes. Andrea. I'm aware of her.
She's involved with some people I know, but I need to know some stuff about her. Any information you can share about her.
Well, she more likely wants to eat your ward. That helps. What exactly is she involved with? Last time I talked to her, she's looking for new friends, but I didn't really keep a track of her outside of that.
Eat my ward. You said?
Well, dragons too. She seems to have an appetite for exotic things. I can't really say exactly what she fully likes to eat, but like I said, I didn't really keep track of her. I think Rowan may have better contact with her than I do. What exactly has she done now? Last time I checked, like I said, you want on her list of people to talk with.
Alright, you're at your shop?
Yes. I'm getting myself prepped for a thing to do, but I have time. Everything all right?
Okay. I'm gonna be there in like 5 minutes, alright?
Very well then. I won't have coffee, I will say.
It's-
I think I have
it's
some
fine.
candy around here for you.
Okay. They're just all fireballs.
yeah. You drive over to her shop as you stop by.
Goes inside.
I would give you my slogan, but like I said, we've been speaking far too much to get tacky over time. What can I help you with, Darius?
And he will explain basically what just happened from not the RV, but from the morning for him not coming home to the tracking to now.
This is a little awkward now.
Well, Celine, you do remember Zoe
I
asking.
know. She is remembering in real time. Um, well, you should sit down, Darius. Here's a fireball.
Oh my god, I was just joking. That's amazing. He looks at it and then just eats the fireball.
Well, I will apologize because I didn't really question it at the time. I didn't really know her relationship with your ward. It only came to my knowledge recently with everything going on. Regardless, I usually keep these type of things on the down low, but Miss Zoe came to me for a job, transaction, I say, for a potion she wished to make. She called it a love potion, but it was more than that. Twisted the mind to obsession, devotion, and all that such things. And a powerful one at that, and I did my best, which is always top tier. I didn't question her what she needed it for, but I think I may have an inkling of what it was.
And you had no idea that it was going like he nearly chokes on the fireball, and and you swear you had no understanding or what it was going to be used for or who it was going to be used on.
No, I didn't ask for her business. She just asked for a potion. Wasn't aware that you, of her romantic affiliation with your young ward at that.
Yeah. Well, the person who wants to eat him was also in the same bed, so
Ooh.
yeah.
Well,
So I kind of need any characteristics that you can give me, anything physical that you might have noticed, a giveaway of what she might be.
I know she has some type of serpentine type qualities at that. She seems to be able to smell very well, and really has a hungry appetite. Outside of her calling herself a demon of some sort, I did not wish to entangle myself with her at all. At that, like I
Brent,
said,
does
Go
this sound like anything I might have read at any point?
Feel free to go back to your tower and do research.
No, I'm gonna call Andre for that.
like I said,
You're gonna
I
ask a favor for something you could do yourself. Okay.
Fair enough.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying.
No. You're right, Grant. Is there any way you can make something to, I don't know, undo what you did?
Of course, I can definitely do. I believe with some time and effort, I can make something that will help within the situation. Hopefully, though it will cost you, of course.
Okay. Wait. I have a question. Just hypothetical. Because you didn't tell Andrea about Zoran.
No, I barely knew much about your ward at all, really, outside of what he
No.
was.
Do you know anybody who might have tipped her off?
Like I said, she's only mainly communicated with Rowan. Last time I spoke, it's how she got my number in the first place.
Yeah, I didn't want to believe it to be true. I already knew that she did it, but do you know if Rowan also knows Zoe and hooked those two people up?
Possibly. I can't say I'm Rowan's minder. They seem to be able to make the strangers her friends. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised.
All right. Okay. Nope, it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine.
It doesn't seem to be fine at all for you, Darius.
Well, I haven't actually had my coffee this morning.
I sadly can't do our normal conversation breaks.
No, how are you holding up? I'm sorry. I wasn't able to help you more with your situation.
It's all right. You and your father have done well enough for me. I didn't expect you to save my life here. information is just as important.
Yeah, still, it'd be a shame for you to die now. I meet so many people I can have coffee with, who have lovely conversations.
Death is a kind of mercy. What would happen to me if I'm caught in his grasp again? Don't worry about it. They don't want me dead. They just want me back in
No.
service.
What did you do there?
I did my very damn best. And of course, my lord is aware of that. Former lord is aware of that. And I really think he's just a bit of a sore loser about what happened.
Have you ever known a demon to not be a sore loser?
Exactly.
All right. Well, I am going to have another meeting with another lovely vampire, and I'm going to have to try to keep my cool. But if you have some free time between, not dying, I would really appreciate a potion that will nullify those mental effects.
Of course.
Well, I'll
as
say
long
this:
as you...
like those mental effects aren't like there's no way to undo the memory loss. That's just fucking gone.
No, I was just more because Darius doesn't know about the stuff that Rowan did specifically. He just knows that Rowan may or may not be involved. Like there's a non-zero chance that Rowan is involved because Rowan's the only one that seems to know Zoe, Zoran, and Andrea are on.
Yeah,
But he doesn't have any direct connection to believe that. So right now he's just asking to undo the love potion.
I'll also say I don't think Celine is Celine like an accomplished alchemist?
Well, I rolled a 12, so I don't know if you want to say that. And if
On
that's the
what?
case, he doesn't need to know that.
What you roll?
It was for the potion. Like I said, I'm not sure.
Well, that was to get the ingredients.
Nah. I see
Like,
what you're
yeah,
saying.
you are a very good herbalist. That is for sure. I'm not sure how good of an alchemist are you, but I mean you can make
Mm.
potions, but I guess we'll have to roll again.
Like, how mean is Celine here? She gonna lie to Darius, but like, yeah, I can definitely do that and not tell him. She's
Well,
not
even if you
gonna-
couldn't do it yourself, you know Ryan.
Gotcha,
Well,
that's
this all depends. How much you actually like? How much does Celine actually like Darius?
She will try her best for you, Darius. I promise you that.
Oh, he would accept that. This was the best work I ever did. I never made a potion so good before. Damn, Darius, you're really asking a lot here. It's like fucking up with my Mona Lisa here.
True.
But yeah.
Before he leaves, Celine's gonna actually ask him, "What exactly do you wish to accomplish with this conversation with Sophia?"
Well, originally it was just to kind of form allies. A friend in need is a friend indeed. But I bet she's also not Zoe's biggest fan at the moment,
That's true.
and would also like her nightclubs back.
Possibly, but would she be willing to put her life on the line for it? She's lost much power and status. She is essentially a very weak gun at this point.
Well, I don't really know that many people willing to stick my neck out for Zoran, and I need people who have grudges with Zoe. And
Come now, you're selling yourself a bit short, Darius. You are a man of considerable power at that. I'm sure you can barter your services for allies and such.
yeah, I'm working on that. I'm just not the most personable individual. But if you have anybody who you can point me in a direction of who might need my kind of services, I'm always looking forward for their leads.
All depends on how messy you want to make this. There's always the hunters. If you want to make it a big problem, they have issue with vampires, especially since what happened in the last few weeks.
It's possible, but I want to try to not screw everybody over in my vendetta.
Yes, of course. I guess the real question you should ask, who is powerful enough to do it and who doesn't care about the consequences necessarily?
Well, do you know anybody like that?
Like I said,
Well,
hunters, they love to make sure any type of creature messing with things they don't believe they should be is taken care of properly.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Yeah, just
I
don't tell
just-
them about the part about Zoran being what he is. Maybe they'll help for free.
Yeah,
They'd never figure that out. Hunters are just
I know.
dumb like that.
yeah.
No.
Listen. I know Squad 13. I know what
Uh,
they're like.
Yeah, but these ain't Squad 13 though.
I know.
This is like the other group.
I was being. Yeah. Listen. Mm, Yeah. I got some research and then a meeting to do, so take care of yourself, all right? And
Of
don't be
course.
afraid to call if you need something.
Good luck, Darius.
It seems like you're gonna
Um,
need a little more luck than me.
I was gonna say, spend the rest of the day then researching maybe more about Andrea and what the fuck she might be.
Yep. And maybe how to hurt her. But mostly what she is.
Tell you certain things, but you know what? You can roll me mind.
Okay.
See if I can tell you more things. Well, you research about her and the things Celine told you, and you can realize she is what certain people would call an Allah, a certain type of demon, much more rare than the usual kind, and much more grounded in the mortal realm. There's a lot of myths and legends, but the features that do seem to kind of match, as well as the eating part, as they can gain quite a lot of nourishment, as they also have the ability to sort of siphon the life out of others. But eating is the preferred method, as it absorbs the most amount and the fastest. And it also grants them additional power when they do that. The more they eat, the more powerful they become, and they manage to. You can live basically forever like that.
What about killing it or hurting it? Any common myths on that? Like any common, because usually if it's myths or legends, there's usually something
They're
about
supposed to be
something.
quite tough, like most demons. Quite tough to kill. Probably they do share some of the vulnerabilities. So blessed, holy weapons would work do great against them. But there is an interesting piece of information, as apparently one of their most terrifying abilities is their gaze. And if you match eyes with one, it can in fact just fucking scramble your brain, paralyze you, or God knows what.
So if I fight it, void its eyes, kind of it or blind it, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost
It's the only
as
way
if-
to be sure, Rod.
It's almost as if someone threw the cane away from a distance, or he.
Uh huh. I do have abilities that do help with some of that, but
Fighting her at range would be your best option. Do not get up
Yeah.
and close first.
yep. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Now, as night falls, Celine, you have that meeting with Abaddon. Is Darius gonna head out and chat with Sophia?
Yes.
You venture to the pub you've been directed, and definitely a bit more rough than some of the other places, but yeah, you've set up a meeting with her, and she's gonna deliver. As you find her in one of the booths in the very back of the place. It's a very crowded, very cramped place. As you settled in, and she looked at you and says, Well, I think you're the last person I expected to hear from.
Hmm. Well, what can I say? Sorry, I'm not very good at this platitudes thing. I know that you probably hear platitudes and compliments all the time, but I would just like to talk to you. Straight up, I
What about?
know it's not the most political. Um, I think we have a mutual acquaintance who is problematic, and I think working together would be in both of our benefits.
I want to give some names there.
Zoe,
Yeah, what about her?
she's slowly becoming a problem for me, and I feel like it was better when you were in charge. And I would like to help you get in that position again.
Yeah, it would have been really nice if your fucking girlfriend didn't stab me in the back and help out Zoe. So why the fuck should I cooperate with you right now? This
Because
just
I'm not
smells
her.
like a trap.
Because I'm not her. I'm not. What I do and what she does are two separate things. I have a reputation for honesty, and I absolutely have a reputation for keeping my
Don't
word.
have any sort of reputations, Thomas. I'm surprised you came out of your fucking tower. Talk like you're some big shit around here. You know who's the big shit? Your girlfriend.
You?
No, she's the big shit. You though? I don't know jack shit about you. Uh, so have to excuse if I'm a bit skeptical of this offer for help because last time I took it, I got fucked over.
I understand. We live in a world that, sadly, bonds seem to be as disposable as, well, scraps of paper. I am honestly not of the mind of that. I believe that a person's word is the most important thing a person can offer, and a bond and a deal is one of those things that are
What
absolute.
exactly are you offering? What's your if you want,
Well,
I can give you things. You're really keen on just fucking over Zoe. If you think you can even do that, I don't even know how capable you are. You know what? You're not sure. Have at it.
how about this? Is there a way I can show my capability to you?
Yeah. Listen, wanna do me a favor? Let's do favors. There's a guy. Zoe has a little fan club she's been building for a few years now. This guy really fucking obsessed with her and likes that shit. So it's quite simple. Go and just fucking break his face. Likes to surround herself with fucking trophies. Take one of those trophies, smash it into the ground.
Can I have a name?
Yeah, she's gonna give you both a name up in a place where he usually hangs out.
This isn't Zoran, right? Right, Grant?
No.
Okay.
You can't do that. Darius will
I
get...
know. I just listen, like shoes, Grant.
We're working up to
You
that
have
one.
me- Listen,
down.
I'm starting to get like Sting level of paranoid. I'm sorry. Sorry, I should trust my God. Alright.
Find him one of these nights and just the shit out of him, put him in the hospital. That will definitely piss her off at the very least. Won't do much, but it's baby steps.
Listen, you know the game, and if this is what it takes for you to trust me, or at least not instantly think I'm trying to screw you over. I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah. Save the ass kissing for your girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for your time. It is greatly appreciated.
she nods. Likewise. She is much more rough around the edges than she presented herself at court.
Yeah.
Then again,
Yep.
she's kind of done with the whole politics bullshit. She's lost pretty much most of the things she had around here.
Yep. Because Darius is just being straight up, but I can understand why she's skeptical. So he's going to be a man of his word.
Now,
Yeah, you're right.
was there anything else you wanted to talk with her about?
No, I think leaving it brief and at the moment is probably for the best.
Perfect, because Rowan, you get the phone call.
Indeed, okay. I'll answer.
Leon says, well, when do you think you can distract John for about half an hour?
Should be able to do it soon. Let me just let me check and make sure all my favors and all my friends are in the right place.
With the signal when I can go ahead.
Send that. She'll send the text to Celine with two things. First one will be informing her little demon friend has made some deals with the Fae. Whatever your solution is for him, try not to hurt them too much. They are my people. Also, are you ready? Because he's starting to get impatient.
Grunt, I want to ask before I answer this question. Did Richard ever get back to me about any information he found out about Leon at all?
Oh, that's a good point. He would have. He would have sent a file. Let me. What does Celine know anything about Leon? Because I don't want to repeat too much information.
Also, the fact that he is a brute, that he is working for my demon lord, not much, and that he's been going around basically being a loud presence. That's really it. Nothing really intimate.
Yes, he would. So he would definitely confirm Rowan's thing with the fact that he has been meeting with the Winter Fae specifically, not just all the Fae. He would also say that his message would be that whatever his deal with the Winter Fae is, it's not just you. He has managed to actually eavesdrop on certain conversations. He has in fact been visiting the Winter Court, which is not the most usual thing. And he is thinking it's much bigger than just you.
Gotcha.
And that when he tried to dig a little deeper, he was in fact harassed by a woman with rabbit ears and a long sword, so he had to fuck out.
Understandable, and that's also very not good.
No.
Okay. Celine, of course, would thank Rowan for the information. She says she'll try her best.
I think you've already used the paper for it, right?
For Richard's thing,
Yeah.
the favor that we had before was used for this.
Yeah.
All right, then. Send the text after that. Is John ready for our talk then? Just to make sure he knows what's happening, right? He's not going to kill me.
He would also say to you, Celine, that the only reason they found him out was because of the Fae. Leon's an absolute fucking meathead.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, Celine would also tell Rowan, I told him and made him aware. He's not one for strangers but he has been made aware.
Okay, good. As long as he knows what's happening.
He's a nice fellow. I think, if nothing else, you would have either an engaging conversation or a very short one, without harm to yourself.
Right. Well, I will tell Leon then that be good to go here soon. Good luck.
Ah. Same for you.
There. Rowan will go to speak with John and send the text. We're distracting him now. 30 minutes, right?
Yep.
Good, because I don't think I'll be able to buy you more than that if you need it.
Should be enough. Unless he says should be enough, unless she has another fucking dragon.
Rowan doesn't respond to that as.
Well, Rowan, you
Where do
walk.
I'm-
Listen, you walk. This is a familiar area to you, as John apparently lives quite close to Grace and Lamar.
Interesting.
Yeah, like a 10-15 minute walk away from them.
Interesting.
You walk into the gates unlocked as you walk to the courtyard and go around the house, where you see John just standing, staring into nothingness. As you approach, and he kind of like turns to you.
Rowan will give a full and proper bow. Hello there. I am Rowan, Celine's friend, and you are John?
Yes.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I was told you have to distract me.
Yes. I assume Celine filled you in on everything, correct?
You told me things. I don't really understand the entire scheme, but
All right. I'll run it through you quickly. There is a soul of a killer that I want because I want to ask him questions. The soul is owned by the demon lord Celine is running from, so I made a deal with the man tracking her while simultaneously telling Celine about it. I prefer her not to end up dragged into eternal servitude. And to be fair, this Leon, that's his name, he made a very bad deal. All I had to do is distract you for 30 minutes. He doesn't actually have to succeed at what he's doing. Just as long as you're not there for 30 minutes.
sounds like he is very confident. I assume he will not succeed.
It's likely he won't. He may have some additional help, but the man's a brute. If Celine, even if she couldn't get the ally she needs to just fight him, Celine can run circles around him. Man does not seem to be of a strong intellect or quick wit.
He nods, but doesn't say anything else.
How have you liked the city so far?
Ah, well, been mostly staying here and at the garden. It's a nice place, very peaceful and quiet.
Just to make sure, Rowan was never told that it was like. Actually, wait, no, yeah, because Darcy literally just said that
Yeah.
during the date, and Rowan can piece it together.
Yep.
Garden is a very fancy thing. A source of great power.
powerful spirit of nature dwells there. Talk to it a bit, though I think it's still mostly asleep.
It's named Deserts by any chance?
I don't. Doesn't ring a bell.
See, I'm very interested in trying to find out more about this because I don't think you didn't speak with her, but I think you may have seen her. Human woman named Grace.
Ah, the
Kills
possessed. Yes, we've exchanged words.
the
Yes,
what?
the possessed.
Pardon me, though. What is she possessed by?
Spirit, of course.
Specific type of spirit? The ghost? Elemental spirit?
Spirit
Demon?
of the garden. He looks at you very confused, as if he has to explain to you that the sky is blue.
Yes, sorry, you must understand. There is this very powerful woman named Lydia who gets very upset whenever anyone seemingly tries to figure out anything about the garden or anything about it. So my knowledge is a little limited. I've been trying to figure out more about it.
I don't know anything about it specifically, but no, magica was never my strong suit. My mother always told me I wasn't smart enough for it. But well, I know that humans often make pacts, several different types of entities, from spirits to gods to forces of nature. Seen plenty. I thought it was not an uncommon thing, though.
No, it's not an uncommon thing. The thing that it's not an uncommon thing for mortals to make pacts and deals. Very often they don't understand exactly what they're doing, which is what frightens me. Grace, she is a friend. I do care about her quite a bit, which is why I've been wanting to look into this. I don't want any harm to come to her.
Usually the entity you bind yourself doesn't wish you harm. Or I guess it depends on the entity.
Does, and you said that she is bound to the spirit of the garden?
I assume that's why she was connected to it. Just assumed.
She kept mentioning that there's it, because that's the name she was mentioning that she heard in her dreams. But if that doesn't sound like the name of the spirit of the garden,
No. It's not like I can talk to it. I can. It's a different sort of understanding, but I don't actually talk to it. At least it doesn't talk to me back.
all right. Oh, I have other people looking into it. I should get the answer. I should get an answer soon enough. But to walk back. It. I do apologize if this is a little forward, and you can feel free to tell me that you don't want to answer it. What are you? It's certainly not anything I've seen before.
I was specifically told I was not to harm you, so I think we shall keep that information private.
My apologies. How did you meet Celine? How did you meet Celine?
Recommended to her. Needed a guide and someone to help me settle in this. The modern customs present a bit of a challenge for me. I wanted to settle in nice and quietly without causing too much ruckus.
Selena's good at what she does. She does come highly recommended.
I have nothing to complain about. I think I'm a bit underpaying her, but money a bit tight right. I'm glad she is so understanding.
She is somewhat atypical of her kind. She is a very understanding demon.
Yeah, he's gonna nod at that.
So, sounds like you've seen humanity go through, humans go through a few changes in your time.
I am not that old. I don't know why everyone keeps insisting I am. I am merely 3 centuries old.
Rowan's going to laugh. I'm 9 years old.
Yes, but you're a Fae. Don't
I
think
am,
that
I
hardly
am.
counts.
I am. I'm just, at least to my perspective, the local wizard is very old, and I think he's only 40.
My
At least I hope he's 40.
my memory serves me correct. One can spend centuries in the courts and never even realize months have passed in the mortal plane.
All right about that. Had a talk with an old friend, and I don't think she realized how long we were separated until I spelled it out for her. At least from my perspective.
I'll be honest, my interactions with your kind have never been quite pleasant. They ranged from mildly infuriating to outright hostile. I neglected my studies and never interacted with your people too much, so I'm woefully ignorant.
Oh, I am a poor person to ask if you want to know about Faye. Till very recently, I was quite exiled from the Winter Court. But that wasn't all bad. I got the chance to meet many interesting people in this material world, especially humans. Humans are. Wouldn't think that they'd be the most interesting thing on this world, considering the vampires, the werewolves, demons, everything. But I do think that they are the most interesting thing to walk the surface of this world.
Suppose you could be doing worse. I myself prefer to interact as little with them as possible.
Bad experiences with them too, or are they just boring?
Um, Tend to bring out the worst qualities. I guess that's not just human thing. Social interactions are always difficult. As you can feel him gripping the cane just a bit tighter.
Rowan will laugh. You're not the worst person I've seen at this. If you want to see something terrible at social interactions, you should talk to one of the local wizards.
Stay away from them. I believe they should be shown their due respect. Never met a friendly wizard.
Oh, the thing about Darius is he is friendly. It's just he's not. Again, I'm not saying this to insult the man. It's just that it's very clear he has been very sheltered in his tower, and now that he has to interact with people outside of his tower, it's a learning experience for him.
He seems to, you seem to get his interest a bit at that. And there is a very sympathetic nod.
I need to bolt this. No, I thought I was throwing it into the bus, Tick. I'm helping you. No.
He says, and maybe they should lend a helping hand. And understand the pains of an isolated existence and then being not necessarily prepared for the outside world.
Eat. She'll tell him where his tower is. Unless you prefer, I can have a meeting arranged through Celine. If you prefer that.
I can find my way there. Thank you. Speaking of Celine, let's see how the fucking bombardment is going. No, he will walk there. What the fuck? Uber.
No, do it, John.
As Celine, what are you doing as this is happening?
So I assume I haven't met this bodyguard or so that Abaddon
No.
was talking about.
No.
God damn it. She's supposed to be here at the shop. She wouldn't want to have a type of conflict so close to the garden necessarily.
You can always go in the garden.
No,
They're like,
it's too beautiful.
come here, you face me, you bitch.
I think she's gonna probably be in her shop just in case a good neutral ground she has to run necessarily.
Well, as the door open and you see Leon walk in. As Snow Knight is literally just right behind him.
Ah, she has an eyebrow raised at that one.
Leon's like,
Huh?
Celine.
Dear
Finally,
customers, welcome.
finally we can talk a bit without someone flinging things at me.
Well, it seems you brought yourself a bit of an audience here. I didn't expect such care.
Well, I've made
For
some
little
new
me?
friends. Or exactly for you. Our master wishes, well, enlist your services once more.
As I said before, Leon, my time of Melcom, while precious and important, I think are well and done with, and I really would rather not go back. I don't think he'll be as kind or forgiving for my.
He will. He will. He has, in fact, he'll have no slight against you. In fact, he wants to promote you. I am here to offer you the new work contract.
We do love our contracts. I can think of many different ways I would tell you no. Can say it in French, Spanish.
It's not going to be indefinite. It has an expiration date to it.
Oh, an expiration date. What exactly has Melcom gotten himself into? He's not one to play around with just a temporary.
Big changes are coming, Celine, and what's a meager 3 years?
You have piqued my curiosity, but I am not foolish enough to take a deal with Melcom.
We can either do the easy way, or I can just take you by force, but I don't want to do that. Well, he doesn't want to do that. I want to do that. Where's your dragon friend now, by the way?
Oh, you know,
So,
there are other things in people's lives outside of me, sadly.
thought this would have been a wonderful reunion, but I guess Snow Knight will have to be disappointed.
Is Snow not even saying anything, or she's just
No,
watching
she's just
this?
watching this.
It's like, hey, to kill a drag. What the fuck is this? Well, I'm not one to let myself be taken willingly, so I would also have to say no for that one.
See from the one of the back doors, there's slams open as several demonic soldiers walk in. These monstrous creatures with bat-like wings and kind of like very lanky bodies. Leon says, "Come now, Celine. Running is pointless, and I don't think your friend's gonna be here for a short while."
Ah, I am quite surprised, a little flattered here that it's taken a lot to get me. Uh, Let me think on this for a little bit here. Celine's going to pray now.
Leon
I
will
don't know.
actually start laughing. Oh my god. You are this desperate.
Hey, goes to show just how much I don't want to do this.
Ah. Doesn't give a shit about Heaven doesn't give a shit about people like you and me, Celine.
Well, I would agree with you, but like I
The
said,
imps go to grab you at this point.
shit. She tries to get the fuck out of there, Grunt. She's not letting herself to take it if she can help it.
How do you plan on getting the fuck out of there? You have all the ways are blocked.
Ooh. He said if she has to go through a window to get out of here, Grunt, she's gonna jump through a fucking window. She can, if she can, basically.
Roll me escape a situation.
Ooh, give me 1 second. God.
This
damn
is
it.
very fitting. As try and like move out as you try and like, but the things like immediately lunge and things pin you to the ground as they grab at you. There's a pair of handcuffs that immediately get lashed onto you as infernal runes glow on them. Ah. Well, I guess you won't be having a fight tonight. No night. Come on, boys. Let's haul her up. Drag her bound to hell. Could have gotten such a lucrative contract out of this.
Fuck you.
I would enjoy just. You know what? Maybe he doesn't need to have you like in one piece. He will just fucking slam his foot on your head, just fucking pushing it into the ground floor as the floor just cracks a bit. Think you have anything to negate harm?
I do. Well, let me
I'm a
read it, make
fucking
sure.
demon, right?
Yeah, I'm a fucking demon, basically.
So yeah, this would defend. As yeah, no, the floor just kind of cracks, but well, you're a demon as well, so this isn't gonna any marks. It says just enjoy beating the shit out of you. Fortunately, I am on a tight schedule.
I'm really surprised Malcolm would send you. Usually he would send someone a little bit smarter than a meathead.
Celine, that's why you have to come back. You're brains of the you'll be the brains of the operation. Imagine having the authority to give me orders. As he'll take another swing as he like kicks you in the face. This one, you will take 2 harm.
Yeah.
The imps will kind of like pick you up as several of your teeth have flown away and your face is rather bloody. As they kind of like walk out. As you walk out and they drag you out the store, there's a figure you spot. Kind of in front of it, silently standing. Think I would gonna pull this one out of the bag so soon, but yes, surprises are for everyone. It's shrouded in a dark mantle, and it's clearly holding a large great sword. And just standing still. There's a moment of just hesitance. So Leon kind of looks at you and says, "Is this what you prayed for?" and realize you had more tricks up your sleeve. Gotta give it to you. Resourceful till the end. Think you can take
Well-
fucking Snow Knight though? You know. This is why I brought her though. I probably knew
Well-
you, John, wasn't the only fucker around keeping you. Well, you wouldn't say John. I knew the fucking man in a suit was not the only thing keeping you around, keeping you safe.
Well, like you said, the brains of the operation, and I can take any help when I can get. And don't speak ill of my new compatriot over there. He can be very useful. You never know.
As you can see, the thing kind of like grabs the blade, and as you see, some of the skin gets revealed from underneath the cloak. It's white, dried, dead skin. As the thing just kind of like lets out a very raspy sound, like almost as a groan, but sounds of a dying man. As his breath condenses as it comes out. As he takes several steps, as Snow Knight kind of takes a step forward, she readies her blade and goes to swing, and the thing parries it as there's a rather powerful shockwave behind him as the blades bite into one another. As Leon is actually looking a bit freaked out at this point.
Celine has a bit of an eyebrow raised and says, like, so, do you want to start running now, or you just want to stay here and watch how this ends for
The
you?
fuck did you bring? Crazy bitch.
Told you, I make a lot of good friends.
Shit. As they're kind of like exchanging blows, and the thing is matching Snow Knight both in speed and intensity as she takes several steps back. And as you see a cold, almost wind propel several icicles about as big as a person, a fully grown person, as they just kind of like a couple get deflected by the blade as they shatter into the nearby cars. One of them just kind of impales itself and just kind of like he doesn't seem to budge though. As he like lunges, but instead of lunging at Snow Knight, he lunges at the imps. And as you blink, there's a moment where both imps just their bodies fall to the ground, decapitated. As Leon is shifted into his his partial demon form, as the blade is biting into his hand, almost cleaved it. As he like jumps back, and Snow Knight places her hand on his shoulder and kind of pushes him back. As for the moment, Celine, at least they're not restraining you. You still have the handcuffs.
Yeah. Celine, if she can, will slightly get in front of this thing, not necessarily trying to block it its way, but just trying to talk to those two, essentially.
Yeah, there's a lull in the action.
Now, I don't know exactly what type of deal you two have going on, and quite frankly, I don't really give a fuck right now. So either you could go about your business, leave me to my own, and we could just call this a very bad breaking down of communication, yes? No one has to necessarily die for this.
Snow Knight is not even looking at you, it's looking at the thing behind you as Leon, as his flesh is regrowing. That's not the deal we've had.
Yes, but you'll die for this, Leon, and I don't know necessarily if you want to do that right now.
Or we let these two duke it out, and guess fucking what? This place will be leveled. Like to see you conduct your business in a pile of fucking rubble.
Come on now, Leon, are you really going to be willing to die right here and now? For little old me?
Just take the fucking deal, Salim.
Why the fuck should I? I have no want or desire to go back under that service again. And I don't believe for a minute that he'll let me go after 3 years of what?
Read the fucking contract and you think for yourself. Like flings the papers, the parchment in front of you.
You will go pick it up, basically.
Mhm.
Fine then. Give me 3 days to read upon it and decide if we're gonna have a problem further or a proper conversation next time. Yes?
Very well. As they will both leave.
Once she is sure that they're gone, she's like, whew. Oh, that was wonderful showing of you. I'm not sure if he's still there or not, or whatever it is.
He
He's still there.
It's just that he doesn't say anything, doesn't even move, doesn't budge. The
Can
ice kind
you-
of melts.
Can you get this off me at all? And she kind of like raises her hands with the handcuffs.
You can see it extends like bony hands as the skin is stretched very to the limit. Grabs your shackles and squeezes as they just shatter into a million pieces.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you have a name? Should I call you something?
It
No?
tries to see it makes some sounds in the same very raspy, faded voice. It's not that perceptible. I'm not sure if you're gonna lean in to try and.
I think she will slightly lean in.
He mumbles a couple of words, but one of them you can clearly tell. Prince. Something
Prince?
Prince.
Well, I can call you Prince, but there's another guy who kind of has that name on demand, but if that's what you want to be called.
I'm not sure if this is his name or a title, but
Well, then Prince. I'm not too sure how long you'll stay around, but well, I have some candy back at my shop.
as you kind of head back, the demon corpses dissolve as they disintegrate in the wind. As you walk back, Abaddon stares at you from the shadows.
Oh, Abaddon. Hello. Thank you for your assistance.
We'll leave him here to defend you against the demons.
Ah, that is wonderful. Though I do not know if there's something we can do about his appearance, or if it's fine with me, but I think other beings might have concerns.
He is a bodyguard, not a. No, so he would say he is trained killer, not a pet you can walk around and show off with.
Of course.
You
There will
may
be questions about him.
You may summon him. You need to. Otherwise, will be out of your hair. He has other duties as well.
Ah, understandable. Thank you then.
I've been studying a bit. I've managed to learn something about the people who orchestrated this attack on you.
Yes, and what have you learned?
There is a Fae. Once the soul of the last victim of the bulk.
Ah, yes. That makes sense then. She did have an interest in them. I know who that is. And what exactly does Rowan have to do with this whole thing?
I've been told she was promised the soul by the demon lord.
Ah, yes, in exchange for doing a bit of a service for them.
As my representative here, to deliver a message to her. Can either give it up willingly, or, and he looks at the prince, or will take it from her corpse. That soul is important to me.
Oh, I see. You want the soul? Do you want it in your own hands, or would it like it not to be in anyone's hands at all?
I will take I will take custody of it. It has seen the bulk, has been killed by it. I need to see if the creature is too far gone.
Hmm. Well, at the very least, it seems it has a parent that wishes for its safety, if that helps at all. And someone else seems to be interested in controlling the young child, boy.
Many interested parties. My investigation here is only to determine if I should kill him now, or if he's still in control of himself.
I
He
see.
hasn't killed any innocents yet, but the moment he does, his life is forfeit.
What is it about this bulk that seems so interested with you? Its life in particular.
It's not his life that worries me. What he will do with it, as well as what others would do with his remains.
Ah, I see. Well, he is in a bit of a predicament, as you said, there are others who've taken an interest in him. Very well. I will deliver this message, but if you want, you could have Rowan give you the soul.
That would be preferable, but I will not interact with her. She will give it to you, and you.
Of course. I will make sure this is done to the best of my abilities.
Just you hear the flapping noise, and he's gone. The prince is also gone.
What an interesting night this has been.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back at the garden, at John's house, Rowan. It's about time. Time's up, so to speak.
Oh, it has been 30. Well, it has been half an hour. I have done what I am required to do. We should. First of all, she'll send a text to Celine. You still alive? Do you need me to send John on the way now that I've done what I have to do?
Because good news, I'm alive, though I think we need to have a conversation at some point.
Of course, if you think so. And then she will send a text to Leon. As she will send the text to Leon, and it just says, I think I've done all I can. I think John's going. I think Celine's friend is going to be on the move. Are you done yet?
Yeah. Have your payment ready whenever you wish. Get it.
Oh, as soon as possible.
As
As with that,
you say that, he'll not respond, but you can smell the sulfur in the air. As John, kind of like his gaze snaps in a corner of the courtyard as you see a little kind of lanky creature, tall with wings, as it's carrying a vial towards you.
thank you. She'll take the vial.
The thing just kind of like nods and mutters something in a language you don't understand before going back to the circle and just dissolving into it, leaving behind only ash.
I didn't think they'd literally show up immediately. She'll say that as she looks to John. But good news is Selena's still alive, and well, I've gotten what I've wanted. Apparently she wants to talk to me about something, though. I don't know what.
Good. This meeting has exhausted me. I would appreciate it if you've left. As he is gripping the cane really fucking tightly.
Boss. As she will give a bow, and normally she'd say something else, but yeah, she's taking the hint. She's getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You would definitely, you're a very, say, empathetic person, in the sense that you can read people really well.
Yes, it's a learned thing.
John definitely, towards the end of your meeting, just looked like he wanted to murder you, for a lack of a better word. He was trying to abstain and maintain this sort of polite persona. But you could feel like a sort of tension. Your body, your mind, your instincts are just screaming at you. You are in danger. Get the fuck out. So
Lane, she is leaving. Normally she go through a whole spiel when leaving after meeting a new person, but she's leaving very quickly.
as yeah, you're leaving as Celine. You do get a call from John.
Oh, hello, John. Is
Are,
everything all right?
I should be asking you that.
Ah, I'm fine. A few knocks to the head won't hurt me. I've survived far worse.
Good then. I was a bit concerned there for a moment.
Ah, don't worry about me, John. How are you? How was your conversation with Wayne? Did you get along?
As well as I can get along with anyone, I suppose. The long social interactions are not really something that take a lot out of me.
I can understand that, at the very least. Is there anything you need, John? I assume you'll be relaxing your guarding as of right now.
Yes, do you mind doing something for me?
What exactly do you need, John?
I would like to talk over the phone with you, just for a bit.
Of course. What do you want to talk about?
Anything really. I'm not exactly sure what interests you have.
Well, I could talk about the stars.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, and Celine will go into detail about it, everything about astrology and about stars,
Yeah,
apparently.
he's just gonna listen to you. As yeah, I'm not sure how long. I would assume probably about in half an hour before Rowan shows up. As he'll. Yeah, thank you. It was hmm, interesting little device.
Like I told you, humans can make the most wonderful things.
Thank you for such a precious gift.
Of course. If you need anything, John, just let me know.
Of course. Have a
She
good night.
will. She wish him good night as well before hanging up the phone.
Kinda weird, but then again, he is a weird individual.
You know what? John is a weird guy. Yeah, he just stands all the time with his garden, and that's all he needs to do for himself.
But yeah,
He's a-
no. Rowan, you would arrive. It's getting close to morning. It's like 4 a.m. as you get to Celine's shop.
Oh, Celine, is everything? Oh,
Gonna say, Celine, you would have healed only one of the damages. The other one is gonna stay there for.
It's fine. Like I said, Celine probably like has a smile on her face. She waves at Rowan, basically. Ah,
would you like me to Would you like me to get rid of that?
well, it depends. What's it gonna cost me?
Well, first let's decide what do you want to talk about? What is this interesting thing that has come up?
Ah, well, I've had a bit of, as you know, Rowan, I've made friends. I'm somewhat good at that, at the very least. And one friend in particular seems to have an interest in that soul of that particular boy you've made a deal with Leon for. Or creature or man, whoever it was, actually. It seems that they want that soul in particular. And, well, I won't tell you exactly what it was said, but mostly they're willing to do whatever it takes to get it. And that includes taking it from your corpse as well.
Well, that sounds a little extreme.
It
All
is a
I
bit
want to do is
extreme.
ask it some questions. They need it right now.
Did I assume
Yes.
Abaddon didn't give her
No,
time? Oh,
as soon as possible. Do not delay this. I have brought in the murder machine. I can use it now.
Okay,
seems-
well,
it's a right now situation.
tell me, let's be honest, Celine, is this person so threatening that if I tried to teleport back into the Winter Court, could they get me there? Be honest with me.
I'm going to be honest with you, Rowan. I really think they can.
Listen, you don't know. The monarchs are
No.
very powerful. Listen, no, listen. If she goes into the Winter Court, unlikely.
Gotcha. Okay.
Will
sure.
I be able?
The moment
Okay,
she
now-
steps out, though,
Now let me ask a second question. Are they basically here right now? And if I say anything other than yes immediately, are they just going to kill me right now?
I can't say for certain, though. Knowing this fellow, I assume his eyes are always there, at the very least. And he is dangerous, Rowan.
Did you meet?
I can't
So
really
if
say.
they-
Oh, God.
This Leon fellow wasn't anything. This Leon fellow, he was an idiot, but he was a strong idiot. And
Mhm.
if they brought
Oh.
in the Dossie mentioned Snow Knight, right? And if this was able to fight off, please tell me, Snow Knight's not dead, is she? That'd be bad.
No. We were able to come to a bit of a compromise, which I will be dealing with in my own time. But this
A dragon
person-
didn't want to. A dragon left rather than fight her. Who could you have brought in? What friends do you have?
very dangerous ones, Rowan, and you'll probably find out soon enough from the Snow Knight, I assume. I'm not even sure what creature it was, other than the fact that it was able to deflect her blows with ease.
Is there anything I can get out of this? Because first of all, do accept my apologies to John. It did seem like he wanted to kill me by the end of the conversation. If I said anything to offend him, I do apologize.
I think John will be well with time. He likes his solitude, if nothing else.
He does. He does. So tell me, is there?
I will
It
be
sounds like at this point I'm being fucked over, and this whole thing was just exclusively to your benefit.
a bit, but I will be frank with you, Rowan. I am willing to do a favor for this because of how inconvenienced this has been for you.
Sounds like that's the best I'm going to get out of it. All right. Listen, whoever your friends are, oh God, if they can if they can just, I really just want to know a bit about the situation of this man leading up to the murder. That's really what I want to know. If they can get me that, we count the favor as answered preemptively. If they can't, then yes, you'll owe me.
Very well then. I will make sure the information is conveyed. She will put her hand out, indicating what she wanted the soul in.
Hand the vial over.
Well,
Chance I can meet these friends? They do sound like such interesting people.
at the very least, he seemed to not be willing to engage with you when I gave the offer of having a talk.
Oh, is that just like a personal thing? Does he just not like me, or does he just not want to talk to anyone?
I'm gonna be honest. I think he just doesn't want to talk to anyone. I'll ask if that helps. I'm not foolish enough to believe that you won't meet each other eventually.
And to be honest, if he chased off Snow Knight, I don't. See, I'm of two minds. My curiosity is piqued, and I do hate having questions without answers. But on the other hand, if he chased off Snow Knight, I'm not sure. That is extremely dangerous, extremely deadly, which means there's Andrea, there's John, there's Snow Knight, there's whoever your new friend is. There are several walking nukes in this city, Celine. We should try to keep things peaceful.
You are correct, at the very least in that. We've already had, whatever war this is going on between the two Fey courts. I'm not too sure if it's still ongoing or if it's been declared. And, well,
like I said, here it's won. Here the war's over. Elsewhere, well, we'll see what happens.
True enough. Before I forget, it's come to my attention that, well, Rowan, you seem to be making your own friends as well. Andrea, Zoe, Zorban as well?
Oh yeah, they had a wonderful night together. Personally, now that I have Darcy back, I have, as you can see, there's still there's the obvious thing kind of tied into her collar. Now that Darcy's back, a one-woman kind of girl again.
Haha. Congratulations. I've been told love is one of those sweet affairs that anyone can find love and comfort in.
They are. Oh. Listen. They had fun when I saw them. Oh, ultimately, I didn't get that involved really. Again, with one thing, it was very physical, and physicality. It's not exactly my thing. I'm more emotional, mental. But thank you for telling me. I do so enjoy knowing the sexual habits of my friends. That's information I absolutely need.
You seem to be not comfortable with that, but how exactly is fun in whatever Andrea is in a vampire? The bulk of all things.
You could ask them.
I'd rather not get the wrong side of Andrea in any regard. Be near her at all.
Listen. At the end of the day, you could ask Zorn. He enjoyed it. It was a fun night.
Oh. I understand that, Go ahead.
I mentioned something interesting. Apparently his mother said that he was never smart enough for magic. That's an interesting thing. Oh, I don't know, I just, the way he mentioned that. Oh, I don't think he's had the best past. Luckily, he's got a good friend in you now, right?
John is a wonderful
He did
contact.
spoke very highly of you. Does seem to actually hold you in high esteem.
I do good work. One of the reasons why I'm hunted at the first place.
Oh, he spoke of you a bit more highly than that. I think he actually considers you a friend.
And he would be a wonderful friend to have. What exactly are you trying to say, Rowan?
What I'm saying is, man is absolutely on edge when he seems to be dealing with anyone that's not you. I mentioned Darius to him. He does seem to be interested in talking to Darius, which is interesting. But that man is on edge in seemingly every social interaction he has.
Say this, Celine, you've never had long social interactions. Very short every time. Never talked too much, or the most you actually talked was on this phone and like in a single connected.
I gotcha.
What I'm saying is, out of all of the nukes in the city right now, he's the one that I think's on the shortest fuse. So just keep an eye on him.
I understand, and thank you, of course, as always, for your advice, Ron.
Yes, thank you. Quite literally, I think if you hadn't made him promise not to kill me, I don't think I'd be here. I think he would have killed me. He really wanted to.
I think at some point Celine was getting a bit defensive, but then she kind of looks apologetic with a bit of a wince at Rowan. Yes, I'm not too sure exactly what John's limit when it comes to talking with others, but yes.
I'd guess it's around 15 minutes at most. Maybe less.
Wait, you mentioned he was interested in Darius?
Oh yes, I mentioned Darius. Specifically mentioned how Darius is all, well, you know how Darius is. So sheltered because he was in that tower for so long. He always had Lydia to depend on, and now he's trying to go everything on his own. I don't know, he seemed sympathetic to that plight. I gave him Darius's where Darius's tower is located.
Ah. That is very well then. I will have to give him a call later. But thank you, Rowan. I do appreciate everything.
Oh, there's no issue, of course. I'm glad everything has worked out, and I wouldn't worry about Darius. I can only imagine if John is going to go to somebody to talk, he'll be less irritable. I can only assume. If he's
True.
making that choice. And oh, by the way, as just put a finger on you and just you'll heal that wound free of charge.
Thank you.
As Rowan will mark a debt with her monarch actually, because yeah, she's actually not against taking debts with her monarch now that she's actually in the court again.
Add that to her. But yeah, speaking of Darius, by the time you get back from your meeting with Sophia, as you walk in, you can see Zoran's door to his room is open, and he is inside. He hasn't called you all day, but he has come back.
Yeah. Okay. He peeks his head inside. Zoran?
Oh, hey.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Well, how should I say this? Did you actually barge into Zoe's place?
Bargain is not the word I would use. There was no barging in. It was more looking for you. You weren't contacting me in, so I got concerned.
I told you to stop being so worried about everything. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Like, Darius is like keeping a straight face. Zorn, can you do me a small favor?
Sure.
I know Zoe's friend offered to train with you,
Yeah,
but
we
I would,
actually trained today.
yeah, I want you to try to connect with the werewolf packs. I think it's a good idea for you to get to know more people or for them to know you.
I'm gonna say out of character there. It's one pack. One pack. You keep
Sorry.
saying werewolves are not. They don't just
Sorry.
run together. This is not, unfortunately, like like VTM. Each werewolf has
Sorry.
their own like piece of land that they kind of look over.
Sorry.
So that's like you would know that your interactions. But he'll kind of like say, "Listen, what is
I think
that? What this was like? Fuck, she told me
I think
again. Fuck, you chill
was
out. Why
I
can't
think
I?
hiding it.
Why can't I train with Andrea? She's good at fighting. She apparently has dealt with other Bauk in the past, so
I think hiding you away was the wrong thing. I think people getting to know you is the right call, and not just one group of people.
okay. Then
but
let me meet. What do you want to just go shake hands with everyone I meet? I'm already. You're the one who kept me out of the house. I had to literally fight you to get out. No, no. I know what this is. I know. You just don't like the people I hang out with. That's the problem here.
Zorn, I'm not picking a fight with you. I'm
Well, then just relax and stop breaking into people's basements.
Darius in the back of my mind, his mind is, I know you're being fucking brain fucked with, but I
Yes.
can't tell you that you are because you won't believe me.
Oh, absolutely. That would be the worst thing to do. Like, you're
Yeah.
actually being mind controlled. Okay. Or,
Yeah. So he's just gotta bite his tongue and just kind of deal with it for now. All right. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're home safe.
wasn't in any danger. Again, no, I won't call you every 2 hours. Like I'm something like you're my parole officer. I'm gonna call you when I have something to say or I need something or just not as a daily checkup or an hourly checkup or whatever. And you need to learn to relax. I can take care of myself.
Oh, this boy doesn't know. This boy can't take care of himself, but okay. Darius just nods and leaves, and then goes and pours himself the strongest cup of coffee he can.
As you kind of like sit there and pour a cup of coffee. Night goes on a bit. Not sure if you're gonna go to sleep or not.
What is sleep, Grunt?
That's true. That's true. I forgot who I was
I
talking.
literally just poured myself a coffee.
It's about 5 in the morning. 5 towards 6. It's starting the first rays of the sun shining as there's a knock at your door. A rhythmic and heavy knock that knocks 3 times.
He goes towards the door.
As you
And
approach as you approach and open the door, you see John standing there.
oh, John, was it? Is everything okay?
I was told you had problems integrating with the world,
Uh,
and I decided that I could be of assistance.
Well, please come in. I'm gonna have you stand outside. Have you
I
eaten
would
anything?
rather stay outside if it doesn't bother you.
No. He'll take a step outside and join him. Maybe if
Mm.
there's like stairs, he'll take a seat.
Yeah. He doesn't sit down, he stands.
Oh, okay. John?
I've spoken to Rowan earlier today. Told me
He
that
twit.
you've been having trouble. Well, I know what it is to be woefully unprepared for the mortal world.
Yeah. Trouble's been kind of finding me a lot lately. Uh,
Can't assist you with any of your magical endeavors. Those are clearly your area of expertise. But if there's anything you wish to learn about um, healing, I have been forced to learn as I'm going.
well, maybe we can learn how to interact with people together. Two heads are better than one, after all.
He looks at you confused. Why would I want to interact with people?
Sorry. I meant it like in the parlance of the supernatural, all this craziness of everything that's been going on.
I am here to offer you guidance and answer any questions you might have, but I am not a social individual.
Fair enough. I'm not really either. And somebody's advice is always appreciated.
If there's any matter then may have questions about, I will do my best to give you answers.
Yes. Um, I don't I don't know what you know, but there's a being uh called Andrea who's been seen around. Do you know anything about her? And he'll just kind of give like a brief stuff that he already kind of knows.
We've talked. I ensured she stayed away from Celine. Why?
She's become interested in my ward, and
Is he a dragon?
no,
What?
he's something different.
Allah only go after exotic creatures nowadays.
Well, if you're close with Celine and you don't really do social interaction, I don't think there's any risk in telling you. He's a Grunt, please forgive me for a mess. It's a how do I
It's
pronounce the
bulk.
word? Bog?
Yeah, that's fine. Bulk.
Okay. Yeah, he's a bulk. He's, as far as I know, one of the last in the area.
Ah. He suddenly looks rather concerned. I apologize. Must go. I must leave. I think like fucking turns around and walks off.
John,
Starts walking off.
John, is everything okay? Did I offend you?
No, not who knows about him being here.
About
How many people?
really people know he's around, right?
Yeah,
Do you-
yeah.
how many
It's not like it's not like a secret anymore.
I think it's
Especially
like an open,
yeah, especially not after he literally ate someone.
people know he exists. How many people know?
His eyes go fucking wide.
John, you're scaring me, bud. What's going on?
I think the Allah is the least of your worries. Have you I need no, I need to leave.
John, if you know something, at least do me this kindness. What should I be worried about?
folk are dangerous and they attract danger. Tell me, has your ward hurt any innocents, killed any people?
No, he's not. I've kept him on a short leash recently, though. There's been a complication.
He just kind
But
of like
as for-
grips the cane as he like stares at you. There's a slight tremble.
He's not going to hurt people, but there's somebody who used.
Doesn't matter. They probably know of him. Probably are already watching him.
Who is they?
I don't know names, but I know how their executioner looks like. Just you're a wizard. You have access to knowledge, yes?
Yes.
And research the Weeping Prince.
The Weeping Prince. Is there a way I can contact you, or
I'll never speak again. Like, and kind of like steps takes a couple of sentences. I do not mean this as an offense, but I shall be departing the city soon. I don't think it's safe for me here anyway.
I'm sorry, John.
No. Thank you for warning me. Good luck with your word.
If it wasn't, even though our time was brief, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Good luck with your activities. And he just fucking sprints, like he fucking breaks into a sprint.
I guess this is what I'm gonna go research.
Yeah, and that's how we're gonna